How's it going, Nakama crew? Got another One Piece replay for you guys. This time it's Purple Luffy versus Boa Hancock. We're going second, and our opponent starts off with a blocker Law for the first turn. In our turn, we just pass it back, and our opponent swings 8 into us. We're going to go ahead and take that. In our second turn, we're going to go ahead and play the game here by swinging 5 into lead. They take, and then we play out a Bond Clay to ramp Don. Our opponent will throw 6 to our leader. We don't have any 2Ks, so we're going to take this. And with his last 4 Don, he goes into Jinbei, into the bounce Law. He goes ahead and bounces my Bond Clay back to hand. This turn's going to be really easy for us. We swing 5 into the lead, and then we're going to use our 7 Don for a Luffy Taro. I'm thinking if I want to play the Zoro Juro instead of Sangro, just because I don't have any 2Ks in my hand currently. So I play him out and fetch a 2K counter. Our opponent starts off with a 5K swing. I give him the Bond Clay, another 5. I give him another 1K. So it looks to me like he's going to go ahead and use an event to try to bounce one of my cards. He can't Gravity Blade us because my Luffy Taro is 7 cost, and Gravity Blade only works against 6 costs or less cards. So I counter out of all these attacks to preserve my life. He red rocks my Luffy Taro and plays out the Law blocker here. Now my goal is to clear out at least one of his characters here. So I attack 6 into the Law. He goes ahead and blocks. I do another 6 in the Law. He goes ahead and lets that go. Need to take advantage here and put some more pressure on the board. So I go Luffy Taro here to play out another Zoro Juro, as this will allow me to get more counter into my hand. Again, I'm just nervous about Gravity Blade getting too much value here. Our opponent starts off with a 6K to my Zoro Juro. I'm going to go ahead and counter that. I want him to commit another attack or something to it. Counter out the 7 swing, and then he plays out Jozu to bounce back one of my Zoro Juros here. We're in a really good spot. We can apply some free pressure here with the bodies on board, and then we're going to go ahead and use this Big Mom here to put the Jozu back into the bottom of their life and gain a life at the same time. The reason we don't go for this 9 cost Luffy is just because there's no reason to apply pressure by attacking when my opponent was at 3 life. So it's best just to remove a body and gain a life and keep a body on board. Our opponent starts off with a 5K swing. I give him 1K for that, and then he follows it up with Jinbei here into bounce Law. He's going to bounce the Zoro Juro back into my hand, and with the 6 Don remaining, he red rocks my Big Mom. I'm running low on cards, so I need to find a way to get back into this game. Otherwise, Boa's going to keep bouncing my cards and drawing every time. Swing 5 and 8, and then we just play out 2 Sangoros here and pray for the best. Of course, this does lose to Gravity Blade. As you can see, our opponent just swings 5 and 5 and drops a big 10 cost Kaido. So on our turn, we're going to do what Sangro does best and attack and draw a card each time he does. We're adding plenty of counters to our hand now, and we got a Gum Gum Giant, which is going to be really good to protect our big bodies. The last remaining Don, just thinking about what I want to do here. I'm going to go ahead and swing out for 9 into our leader here. He's going to go ahead and counter out. From here, I want to apply more pressure by putting out a Luffy Taro and a Zoro Juro, so I can add not only counter to my hand, but to put out more bodies for next turn. I swing 6 and leave 1 up for my Gum Gum Giant here. We are in an incredible position as our opponent needs to clear out our board somehow, and when we see a Sengoku get dropped, I know things are looking bad for them. Our opponent may be at 3 life, but let me tell you, we get game next turn. It starts by protecting our Sangro here, which forces him to swing big with the Kaido. We're going to let that go as he slams down Jinbei into Dofi, and then another Jinbei into Dofi. So he's got 3 life, 2 blockers, but I said that we're going to go for game next turn. So that's what we're absolutely going to do here. Start with a 6 so we can draw, get more options here. He takes 6, which means I'm going to swing another 6. Gives me a Dofi blocker, so I'm going to swing another 6 into another Dofi blocker. Then my Luffy Taros are going to swing 8 into the lead twice over, and as he takes his last life, I know that if I slam down this Rush Luffy, 10k to the face should do the trick.